Sabrina. This is my first video for you, and I'm really excited about the makeup technique that I chose today. First, I have to set up a little mini me above the camera, because otherwise I'm not going to look at the camera. I'm just going to keep trying to look at myself in the screen. So, oh, it fell down. Never mind. So I'm going to start with just a very light colored base, specifically light colored. You want to make sure that you don't look too tan. You kind of have to be pale for this technique, otherwise it doesn't have the same like classy effect. And of course, since this is a very natural kind of technique, I do not use any kind of sponge or anything to really rub it in exactly, except for my own hands, because you know you gotta go for the natural effect. Yeah, so this is something that's been growing more and more popular in about the last 6 months or so. What you have to do is you start with a very like clean palette with like nothing there, just a white canvas. In fact, you might want to go ahead and stick some white powder on there to make it just like even more of that like natural paleness, you know. So I just have my loose translucent kind of powder here, and I'm just gonna put this everywhere, all over me. Don't mind Emma or Sophie. I'm just gonna stick this all over. Emma, are you okay? Alright. Okay. Now, what is the most important part of this technique? Well, first off, you want to make sure that your eyebrows are like just barely done, like mine are already, because I did them at 7 o'clock this morning. So they're barely done and very natural looking, you know, doesn't look like a Sharpie marker or anything. And then you're gonna take your eyeliner and you're gonna take your mascara and you're gonna throw them away, because you do not need that for this technique. In fact, if you use those, then you will ruin everything. After that, we're going to take a little bit of a very natural cream blush, and we're just going to stick some over here, just like barely, just right where the cheeks are, just tiny bit. Still very pale. You're just kind of making yourself look a little bit more alive, slightly. Not too much, though. And now here's the really exciting part. What you're going to do is you're going to pick a very bright color that is extremely classy. Now, you might think that it looks like a junior hire who got into her mom's 80s makeup shadow, and she doesn't know how to use mascara or eyeliner or even eyeshadow for that matter. But you're wrong. This is a very it shows the maturity inside you, you know. And I'm just gonna start sticking it on there, but you have to be really careful because it goes on very thick, but just right where your eyelid sits. You don't go beyond the eyelid itself, really. We're just gonna stick this on here nice and thick. So I picked this teal color. And this one actually has some sparkles in it, which is kind of fun. But again, you want to make sure that the sparkles don't go anywhere outside of the eyelid. get on a little thicker over here. Okay, and now, again, you might feel like you look like a 5-year-old at the carnival who went to the face painting station and said that she wanted to look like a fairy princess. But in reality, this is something that shows that you don't need eyeliner because you don't have boundaries. And you don't need mascara because this is 2019 and femininity is not shown by how long your eyelashes are nowadays. Now, just like the more modern looking kind of, or the latest kind of trends of having the crease and everything and the multiple colors and stuff, we're going to put just a tiny bit of a darker color, and I'm going to choose a little bit of a black, and I'm just going to stick this just right along the crease, still trying to not go past the eyelid itself, really. We're just going to make this stand out a little bit more, just slightly. Make sure it doesn't go beyond. Okay, just like that. Very natural, very non-traditional, unconventional. For some of the last touches, we're going to put a very, very light pink lip gloss on. Also a little bit reminding you of the 80s, but still very natural color. Just kind of puts a little bit of a glint into it. You want to make sure that all of the friends that you hang out with and all the boys you pass by on the street can see their own face in your lips. You know, that's really important. And then for the last step, because you can't pull this technique off without this, you have to stick your hair up in a ponytail that makes your face look bald, because otherwise it just doesn't work. And you have to have that real natural look of, I don't have any hair. Just like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, Sabrina, and I will talk to you later.